Thank you, but that was very wet. Kisses? 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 Bella. Kisses. Thank you. It is so much easier changing a newborn's nappy than a 6 to 7 month old's, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, because you're very wriggly and you want to sit up all the time. I took for granted how easy it was to change her nappy when she was a newborn, because now she won't lie still so that I can change her. She either has her legs flailing in the air, or she crosses them so I can't get her nappy on, or she's like doing sit-ups to try and sit up. Obviously that's why they're called sit-ups. We recently tried the Baby Dry Pampers pull-ups that are supposedly supposed to be easier to put on once they start crawling. We tried them before she started crawling just to get a sense of if the fit was the same as the normal ones. It's the same size, so she's a size 4. So we tried them on her. Let me just move this laptop before she ends up with the laptop in her mouth. We tried the size 4 before she started crawling, and it's the same size she is now. And if your child has explosive poo, like if there's a lot, like when Bella poos, it's not just like little, it fills the whole nappy basically. These nappies on the sides, you know where you would normally get the tab and bring it round the front, tab round the front, and you can tighten it as and how you feel is secure and comfortable. There's still somewhat some protection against any leaks. We tried her in this pull-up pant, and when she did her poo, it came out of the side seams when it's not supposed to do that. It was like it had no protection whatsoever on the side, like at the top of her thighs. So I don't know what's up with that. I do want to try it again because it does make it easier, especially I think as soon as she's able to stand or walk, maybe either when she's standing or when she's walking. I definitely want to do pull-ups because it is a lot easier, and I don't know how much longer she's going to be wanting to lie down for a long time. So yeah, just at the moment for some reason it's not really working for us, but it could just be because her poos are like gargantuan. Probably TMI, but it doesn't matter. Say hello, baby. Yes, your bath toy, isn't it? Are you showing everyone? Yeah, it's your bath toy. It's a turtle. Yeah. Oh. Bella can crawl now, by the way. I realised I didn't actually mention that in the last video. But yeah, she can crawl. What am I doing? Exposure? No. She can crawl now. And today she actually lifted herself up onto the sofa. Not onto the sofa, but she was on the floor, sat down. She pulled herself up onto her knees using the sofa. And then she pulled herself from her knees onto her feet. Yeah, so that's another little milestone. I think I've got a picture actually, I'll put it in so you guys can see. And yeah, that's been our morning, to be honest. Just her playing and standing up and changing nappies. Wayne was at uni this morning. He's now gone to work and he's home at 9, I want to say. So I have to make my own dinner because he gets home too late and I'll be starving. So I don't know what I'm going to have. Probably some salmon and some rice or pasta or something. And Bella will have boob and potentially a sachet, not sure yet. Also, I went to the doctors about my anxiety. And in fact, I'm gonna just sit you here while I do this because she's probably gonna want my attention. From about, I don't know how old I was, but I know that I was in secondary school. I've suffered with anxiety. It all kind of started with little bits of bullying, nothing major, like nothing that I was really upset about, but I do remember vividly like complaining of stomach aches and feeling sick and stuff because I didn't want to go to school. I wasn't lying, I actually did feel those symptoms, which, thinking about it now, was anxiety. I was anxious about going to school because of these so-called bullies. So yeah, that was my kind of first experience with anxiety. The next one that I can remember is my dad having to go for a hernia operation, and I was too young to understand what an operation was. I just knew he was going to the hospital, and to me, and probably a lot of kids, hospitals aren't very nice places, and you know that you kind of link hospitals with being hurt or being in pain or being sick. So I just thought, oh my god, the first thing that came to my mind was my dad's gonna die. Anything could have happened. In my head, this is basically an anxious person. You think of every little possible thing that could happen and it will happen in your head. So that was my mind as a primary school little child. Yeah, so that was my next one. I remember after my dad had his operation and before, I actually had to sleep on his side of the bed on the floor on a blow-up. Otherwise I wouldn't sleep at night. I would basically just cry in my room until they came and got me. Then it kind of, I didn't really have anxiety up until college. I was fine at college. University, I was fine as well. I've always been a very shy child. I think my shyness has got better. I'm definitely a lot more sociable than I used to be. But when I was small, I was definitely like hiding behind my mum and dad, not really talking to anyone, to the point where people thought that I was a little brat, basically, and I wasn't. Bless you. Bless you. I wasn't a brat. I was just quiet. I didn't want to speak to anyone because I was too shy. Is that part of anxiety? I don't know, maybe it is. Yeah, so there's that. And then more recently, within the last, I don't know, within the last maybe 3-4 years, maybe more, my anxiety's kind of come back. When I was pregnant with her, luckily my anxiety wasn't bad. It was okay. I wasn't really struggling too badly with it, but I was on medication called venlafaxine, or venlafaxine I think, and I came off it because I wanted a completely drug-free pregnancy, and there were issues about that drug and pregnancy and lung and heart defects and stuff, so I was like, F that, I'm gonna get off them. So they weaned me off them and I was completely drug-free for the whole pregnancy. After having her, pretty much straight away, I don't know if it was because I had obviously the infections and stuff, I was on antibiotics and I couldn't change her. Wayne had to change her. The only thing that I could do with her was lie next to her and feed her. I couldn't carry her around, I couldn't change her, I couldn't put clothes on her, I couldn't wash her, I couldn't do anything. I was bedbound pretty much because of the stitching, the episiotomy getting infected and stuff. So yeah, that wasn't good, and getting mastitis a couple of times. But anyway, so I don't know if it was lack of movement or lack of getting out or lack of being able to control my life or being able to look after her that made my anxiety come back full force. But as each month has gone on, it seems to have just gotten worse. And for as long as I could, I said to myself, no, I'm not gonna touch any tablets whatsoever. Yoga, stuff like that, therapy. I actually went to therapy when I was little, when I was still in primary school, and I don't know, those things don't really seem to work for me. The only kind of thing that seems to work for me is exercise, so like actual physical exercise, walking, like going to the gym on the on rowers, on just things like that, getting me moving, which is a little bit harder now with her. Not so much now, but when she was younger, obviously she needed to feed like every hour or two. So, although when she was little, she was feeding like every 10 minutes because she was cluster feeding, which is very annoying. But anyway, yeah, so I went back to the doctors yesterday because it got to the point where Wayne was missing time off work because I felt really shit. I would feel horribly sick. I would be really dizzy. Where do you think you're going? I would just completely shut down, like a night or two a night before Wayne would be going into work, I would break down. There would be tears streaming. I would be bawling because I knew that I would be on my own. I've been diagnosed with chronic anxiety, and I think the one that I suffer with the most is separation anxiety. So if I'm away from Wayne for too long, or if I have to go somewhere without Wayne or someone, but mainly Wayne, I get very anxious and I start thinking, well, what if this happens and this could happen, and like, yeah, basically all of that. So yeah, went to the doctors, and because I'm breastfeeding, I can no longer have venlafaxine. She had a look in her drug book and it said to avoid when breastfeeding, as did pretty much all the other antidepressant and anxiety medication. Avoid when breastfeeding, avoid when breastfeeding. Apart from one that she came across, which is called Proaxidine, I don't know, I can't remember. I'll write it on the screen. That said, yes, the drug does get into your milk, but it's such a small amount that it can't harm her. So if a book says it, I mean a doctor's book that gets given to doctors to prescribe medication, I think, touch wood, we should be okay. Obviously, if I start having any weird reactions, or if she starts having any weird reactions, I'm going to come off them straight away. Well, not straight away, I have to wean myself off them. Otherwise, I have, like, manic depressive episodes or whatever, and I don't want that. But fingers crossed, it all goes well. I can take them, she's not affected, and I will be on my way to actually feeling better. The only issue is that it takes 6 to 8 weeks for it to actually start showing any benefits. So, fingers crossed, in 6 to 8 weeks, I am vlogging like a champ. I am doing like proper videos, like the main channel type videos like a champ. I'm going out on my own, and yeah, fingers crossed, that is the plan. I took my first one today. It's a 20 milligram dose, but I've been told to half the tablet and have 10 milligrams for a month, go and see them again, and then if all is well, start taking the full dose, which is the full tablet of 20 milligrams. Can I have a kiss? Oh, she just punched me in the face. Can I have a kiss? No, punching me again. Okay, just thought I would update you on that. That is what I am on. I will keep you updated as to how I'm doing. If any of you have actually come across any of these medicines, how did you do with them? Were you breastfeeding? What were you recommended? Are you an anxiety sufferer, depression sufferer? Let me know. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm always interested to kind of connect with people who suffer with anxiety, because I know how you feel and you potentially know how I feel, so we can kind of help each other through it, can't we? I just hope that she doesn't suffer from anxiety, because I know how debilitating it is. The amount of times I've had to say no to blogger opportunities is unbelievable. And I don't want that. I want to go out. I want to meet new people. We want to meet some mummies and babies, don't we? Kisses. Kisses. Oh. Kisses and coughs. Mwah. So yeah, thank you for listening. This potentially is the only entry for today. It's Tuesday. My sister's coming around tomorrow with Richard and Richard's daughter Sarah, which is technically my niece, although they don't have kids themselves. Richard does from a previous marriage, so yeah, my niece is coming round. And yeah, we're just gonna have a little dinner and watch some telly, and yeah. Hello. I have a nose strip on my nose and a nose strip on my chin. Classy bird. I'm about to get a bath, and I just thought I would show you the bath bomb that I'm going to use. I think this one's called Monsters Ball, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like a, cover my face there, a one-eyed monster thing with horns. So yeah, I'll show you what this looks like in the bath. I think this is new. I don't think they've ever had this one before. Either that or they've just changed what it looks like, but I'll show you what it looks like in the bath. Hi guys, I realised as I've come to editing this vlog that I didn't actually finish the vlog in any way. You just saw a bath bomb at the end. So I thought I'd do a little entry and just say that I'm sorry that the vlogs are a bit poo. And I shouldn't really be apologising, because the vlogs aren't really for views as such. They're just to document Bella growing up and what we get up to and stuff for Bella, as well as friends and family. So yeah, I shouldn't be apologising, but I feel like I have to, because there are other people watching. Obviously, as you guys heard before, it's my anxiety that tends to stop me from filming. I've got no motivation, which is why there aren't any like main channel videos. It's mainly just little bits of vlogs. But as I said, I'm on medication, so hopefully I'll be able to get that sorted out. Today is also World Mental Health Day. And if you suffer with mental health, or if you know somebody that suffers with mental health, or if you just want to support something that excuse me, if you want to support something that isn't spoken about enough, all you have to do is go on Twitter and hashtag World Mental Health Day, and it just raises awareness for mental health. I don't know if you guys saw last night on X Factor, James Arthur was on and he was talking about mental health, and he used the hashtag glitch as well to show support, because I think he suffered quite badly with it as well. So yeah, if you're out there, show support. It's not spoken about enough, and not only does it ruin people's lives, but it also takes lives, because mental health is depression, it's anxiety, it's everything. So even things that we don't even realise exist, it's there. It's not a disability that's seen. It's not they're not really symptoms that you can say, oh, she's got mental health issues. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's difficult to sort of talk about, because you don't really know how to explain it, because it is all up here. But yeah, so from me and Bella, we're going to go now and have some fun on some games, aren't we? And I will speak to you guys very soon. Bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye bye.